Oh, jeez, man, you
got
about
him?
knocked it out of my hand.
Hang on, how's it feel?
It's a good one. They usually pretty good when hit these glide baits.
Oh. You want the net?
I think so. It's got all those hooks, unless you want to lip it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh man, that's what big baits, big fish.
That, holy cow!
Look how beautiful that smallmouth is, man.
Look at the size of that fish. There he is.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like a good one.
I may need the net on this one, Rick.
Let me get the net.
Come here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Come back, shad. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that one?
Oh yeah. Check that out.
Man, that's a good smallmouth. The old comeback shad, that bait they just reintroduced.
I'm telling you what, that is a bone-jarring bite when they hit that thing.
Yeah.
There's no mistaking it. Hey folks, Mike and Rick down here at the lake, and we're using big baits to catch big fish. And Rick, you caught that big smallmouth on this, what is it, an XPS glide bait?
Yeah, it's an XPS Swerve glide bait, and I've got the shad color. And like you say, you catch big fish on these big baits. They came out with this bait last year, and we were trying to get a tip, and the conditions were just never right for it. And we came out today, we had a little bit of overcast, a little bit of wind. We were kind of keying on some long, extended, flatter points with the wind. You throw this bait out there and you use you basically work the bait with your reel. You just use quick half turns of the reel.
And
and
it shoots it from side to side.
Yeah, they call it like chopping.
Chopping.
But it just goes kind of from side to side.
It's got a beautiful action.
It's got great action, almost like a walking the dog action on a Zara Spook topwater.
Yeah.
It just goes from side to side. The reel I'm using is a Johnny Moore Signature Series, and it's the 30 series reel. You need a reel with a lot of line capacity because you're throwing like 20, 25 pound test line. So it needs to have a high capacity reel. And the gear ratio I'm using is a 6.8 to 1 gear ratio. Gives me just the right action to work this bait with short jerks to the reel. And man, it's fun when they hit it.
Yeah, that big smallmouth about took the rod out of your hand.
It did.
And it wasn't 3 casts later. I was throwing this XPS comeback shad, and it's a bigger bait too. The action, the way you work it is a little bit different than that one there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this one you throw it out and all you have to do is just reel it slow. And I use fluorocarbon line on this, 14-pound fluorocarbon line with a 7.5-foot medium heavy Pro Qualifier rod is what I'm using.
You use fluorocarbon because you want it to sink a little bit,
yeah,
right?
This one you want it to sink. Monofilament helps keep it up on that one. There's is kind of near the top of the surface.
Yeah, it's actually a slow sink model, so it does go down 2 or 3 feet, and you can actually let it sink even deeper. But I like to keep it up where I can see the bait in about 2 or 3 feet of water.
Well, this comeback shad has got an amazing action, and you can work it as slow as you want, and the tail still has a lot of action to it.
The tail and the head both have good wobbling action.
It's a lot of fun. I just caught that 3-pound smallmouth on it, and there's no doubt when you get a bite on these 2 baits right here.
You can now stream this week's tip and all of our fishing tips for the past few seasons via the KY3 app on Roku, Amazon, or Apple TV.
And look for updated tips each Wednesday evening throughout the spring fishing season.